Okay, so good morning. This is our first time since moving, actually working on a project on the land. So we figured we made a giant list of everything that we need to get done so that we can kind of chip away at it. And let me tell you, it's a nice long list of stuff we have to do. But first thing on our list was for us to finish the battery box so that we can get the gate energized permanently. So that's what we're going to be working on today. And then if we do have time today, because we're not going to spend a long day out here because one, we don't have to, and two, it's supposed to be up to 100 today. And so there's a heat advisory warning for down here for the next few days. So we're expecting it to start heating up probably about 11 o'clock. But yeah, so we'll probably do a little bit of work for about 3 or 4 hours, and then we'll be done with projects for out here for today. So we're hoping that the battery box is pretty much almost done. We just have to get the back panel on it, the side panel, and the roofing on it, and then get the battery actually plugged in. And then when we were at Lowe's, when we went to go pick up our order from Lowe's for the electrical box, we went ahead and picked up a PVC pipe. So right now our wire that's going from our solar panel going all the way down into the battery box that we have that has all the mechanisms and everything. That one, we're gonna go ahead and use this to funnel our wires through so that the cows don't get to them. And so it's just a normal piece of PVC. We'll end up cutting this down and then it's thick enough. And then we have some extra straps that we are using for a rigid pipe for the meter panel. And so we're just gonna use that to attach this. And so, I'm not sure how well PVC exposed holds up, but I figured, it's super cheap, so it should last for a little bit of time before it, starts to disintegrate. Okay, so this is the PVC pipe that we're going to be using, and so we're pretty much going to be running it from the back of this. These are the straps that we're going to be using. They're just left over from our rigid pipes for the electrical. So we're going to be using these to secure the pipe to the post. Okay, so that is what it looks like with the straps on with the pole. And then Elijah just has to feed the wire through up there, and then I think it actually might be fine. We'll have to find something to plug the top of that with up there. Okay, so this is cut at a slope so that all the water will just roll right off and down onto the side. I think we're gonna stop here because we are out of screws. So pretty much what we'll have to do is layer one more sheet here because this one was a little short, so it overhangs and protects the little hole there. And then we'll have to put one more screw in over here. But oh, Elijah found a screw, so he'll end up putting that last screw in there. But pretty much, I think we're pretty much done with the battery box for the most part. Elijah will probably clean up this last. Can you cut that last one off? Cut the sides off, those extra sides. But at least it has a casing, so it'll at least protect the battery from the rain. But we'll also come back, we'll also get some caulk so that we can fill up a lot of the pieces there as well. Okay, so this is an up close of the box. And so we'll probably just stain this since it's exposed, that piece of wood that's there. And then there's the same one on the other side. Actually, I think we might be okay not staining that because this is the pallet wood that's here. So I think we'll be good on that one because it should already be treated. But we're going to come back when we get some more screws over here and at least get some more screws going down this way because there are some pieces that lift up right here. It will keep the rain out, but we just want it to be a little bit more secure. And then when we need to get the battery out, if for some odd reason if we have to go in there, this is going to be our access point. One, because it has the least amount of screws, but the battery, we made sure that it fit perfectly. So earlier you saw Elijah slide it in that way. So we hope that you guys enjoyed this video. It's starting to get a little bit warm out here. So we are going to go and find something to do in Terry. Maybe just relax and have some breakfast. So okay, so we are on our way back from grabbing water. We need some extra water so that we can go ahead and set our electrical post today. So today's project is getting electric set up. So I think it might take us at least maybe 2 times, maybe 3 different videos for us to get the electric fully set up because one, we're waiting for some more pieces because Lowe's didn't have everything that we needed, unfortunately. So we have to outsource the rest of the materials. It's not bad. It's only like $20-some of stuff that we're missing. So, oh, and also we have to get schedule 40 conduit that is at least 10 feet long. We need, oh gosh, we at least need 2 of those, and no one will deliver them, and they don't have them in stock in the stores either, because when we went to go pick up everything else, we would have got it. So we have to schedule for pickup, which we're trying to avoid doing. So we're going to see if we can find it anywhere else around here, because we don't want to have to drive an hour and a half just to go get the 2 pieces of conduit, and they're 10 feet long, so it'll be a little weird trying to fit them in the car, but we'll figure something out. So those are the last 2 things, but we don't need the conduit until we actually trench, which is going to be maybe like the day before or a few days before they actually come out to install the line. And then we also just need the caution electrical tape. It lays a few inches above the actual line so that if anyone's digging there, it says beware, you know, there's a live wire under here. So we'll end up having to still get that one. But for today, we're going to set the post in. Too bad we didn't have any screws because we could have did the slats too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We still have to go pick up screws because we ran out of screws doing the battery box. So we still have to go pick up screws, so we won't be able to install the slats today, but we should be able to get them cut down maybe. But we for sure are going to be getting the posts in the ground, getting them level, getting them set so they have time to set up, so then we can put the cross braces on. Once we do all that, then we can go in and punch out our meter box holes and attach everything that we currently have, like the grounding rods, you know, the rigid and everything like that. So I will see you once we are about to get started. Okay, so we're on our back property line, our back right corner back property line. So this is the pole that they're going to be running the power from, and then it's just coming straight across, kind of at an angle, and then the cows ripped out the stake markers that the electric company put in. This one I think is in the same area that we originally said it was in, because I can kind of see, I think that's the little part of the X mark that I had made. So that's where we're going to be having our meter box at, and also our panel, our combination unit. And so from here to here, our property line really ends back here. For those of you who are new to our channel, our property line actually is right where this survey marker is. You can kind of see really small the rebar down there, but on the back of our property, pretty much on the back of almost all the properties that run this course going this way, there is a 15-foot easement for each of the parcels. So ours has a 15 feet from here, and then from there to their gate is another 15 feet easement, and that is a utility easement for the electric company, because there are poles that run literally all the way that way and then all the way down that way. So we ended up having to set our fence line 15 feet from there so that they have access to the pole. And so this is our new corner. We can still put stuff on that side, but we just have to make sure it's mainly clear just in case they need to access it. But we can't build any structures, like permanent structures there, which is fine. It's whatever. But so this is where our marker, our box is going to be going. So we have our two posts. The electric company, the person who met us that day did send us a pamphlet on everything that we needed. She gave us certain inserts that were specifically to us, but then she also sent out the entire packet for the electrical service so that we could look and see different specs, what we needed, all the equipment and all that kind of stuff that we would need to get. And then I also watched some YouTube videos. I found one guy's video who is great at and he's a different state, but it's basically all the same pieces that you need, just a little bit different requirements because it's, you know, two different states. But I was able to get all the pieces that I needed based on the ones that he was using and cross that against what was inside the booklet. So I've gone through, I've read the electrical booklet about 2 to 3 times, 2 full times, and then 2 more times just skipping through and revisiting certain parts that we needed to see. So I think we're pretty confident in setting this up. It doesn't seem like it's rocket science. The biggest thing is just making sure that our measurements are on point, because they do have to be specific. So yeah, Elijah's currently putting the auger together because we're going to be augering out 2 holes, and then our pressure treated posts are going to drop into those 2 holes, and then we're going to backfill them with concrete so that they don't go anywhere. Anyways, so while he's putting the auger together, I'm going to go ahead and get measuring tape and then get all the measurements set out. Our posts, we're aiming at getting them 2 feet apart. I'm trying to decide if I want them 2 feet from the ends or 2 feet from the center. So I'm going to look and see what both of those look like, because we just want to make sure we have enough space for the meter box and the combination panel to go all together. And then we're thinking that we want to add an outlet over here too, because this area will be enclosed in and turned into the greenhouse area. So well, I guess the garden area, not just the greenhouse, but it would be nice to have an electrical panel over here so I can run a water pump and all that kind of stuff for the garden. So we'll probably put a socket in. We're trying to decide if we want to do it before or after. I still have to order all the other stuff, so I'm probably like, let's just go ahead and get it all together. So I might have to look into that, of getting an outdoor outlet cover and all that kind of stuff. But we do have enough space for that. And then our posts do have to go 2 feet into the ground. Okay, so this needs to be 2 feet in total. That's pretty close. If we had that 2 feet is pretty close, isn't it? Do you want to go 2.5 feet out?
From the wall?
2.5 feet apart, the two posts.
Yeah. It didn't say how far they have to be, right?
What?
They didn't tell you how far apart they have to
be. No. It just depends on what we're putting on there. So then we're going 2.6. Okay. And then on this side.
It's a long time to be asking that.
Okay. So then I'm just going to eyeball it for the for it really to be square.
Which part matters the most?
When we actually mount the meter box, because the meter box has to be 5 feet above the ground. And then the actual grounding rods measurements matter. And then the measurements from here to here matter. And the depth that we dig our trench matter.
And how far does grounding rods have to be from the
it needs to be 2 feet from the panel, the first one, and the second one has to be 6 feet from the first grounding rod.
So we'll put them that way? Or
yeah. I don't know. I might run them off, probably off this side, because I have to look inside the panel box to see if the grounding rod is in the meter side or in the panel side. But we'll end up taking them off that way.
Because they have to be in our property, I guess?
Yes. should be good. I just need one side cleared.
What?
I only really needed one side clear. Oh yeah, this will be great. The dirt that we backhoe out of it will be great for refilling.
Yeah.
Look at that crispy corner. You don't have any gloves, do you? Because you got to dig all this out. Yeah, there's too much stuff in there. Now you're almost 2 feet.
Huh?
With all that stuff in there, you're almost 2 feet. Go ahead and do this hole.
This one?
Yeah, I'm gonna cover this one with something. Elijah's digging out the dirt, and back here the dirt is very, very fine. So as part of our requirements, when we backfill, we need dirt kind of like this that's been sifted to go straight over the pole, and see how fine this dirt is. And so back here it's not very rocky soil, so Elijah was thinking that this would also make great gardening dirt because of just how it's just very soft and fine, and it seems like it's like rich in materials. I'm curious what's in it, but yeah, it has very small rocks. So all right, we're gonna mix up some concrete and we will be right back. Okay, so we just finished mixing up the concrete. Boy, are we out of practice when it comes to concrete water ratios. I added way too much water at first, so we ended up cutting into the second bag, but all good here. Okay, so what Elijah's doing now, we're just taking this random stake marker. We're going to stake that one into the back. Hold on, let me hold this one so that you don't end up accidentally knocking it out of place. So you're just putting the stake marker in, and we're going to use this to help us get the post even across. Okay, so we finished getting the post in. I like his batteries are gonna die. That actually came out almost pretty level. The tops came out almost pretty level. I might not even trim it up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this one's just a tad bit, like an inch or so shorter, but so this is going to be our little H frame, and so our other treated wood, our 2x6s, will run kind of like this one is, a slat and a slat, and then there will be one down here for our strap to attach to, and then this one up here will hold our meter box. And then only thing that we have to do after we put the slats on is make sure that our meter, where the meter is going to go, making sure that it's exactly 5 feet. The top of it has to be exactly 5 feet from ground level. So we'll have to measure from there, and then we're pretty much done at that point once we get the meter installed and all the stuff. And then we'll have to dig a 4-foot deep trench going all the way to the pole, and then we have to be 6 feet. The trench ends 6 inches before we get to the pole. So we are making progress, but yeah, that's what the posts look like. I think I might end up staining these. I don't know, because it'll be nice to have them the same color as those over there. I've never stained pre-pressure treated ones, but we did run out of concrete on this side, so it is a little bit below ground level, but we'll figure that out later and add some more. See if what we'll do with that section. Okay, so we are done with the first part of this project. We're going to let the posts go ahead and fully set. Once they are set enough to where they can handle us putting screws and drilling into them and can hold the weight of the meter box, then we will start with phase 2. So I don't know if I'll add on to this video or if this will be it, but if this is the end of the video, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.